Profitunity day 46. No trades lost, so that's a good start. Let's look at how they're doing. McDonald's, that did start a bit closer to the stop loss than we'd like to see. Big gap down over the weekend. That is about 1.5% almost. Has pushed green since then though, so we're closing around about where we closed on Friday. Walt Disney dropped towards the stop loss, but nothing major. We can keep these stop losses where they are at the moment. Just pushed us a bit further down. Same on Cisco, very mild loss. In fact, we're still above Friday's close. So not getting any worse, but not really getting any better. Similar again for Nike, just a small loss, around about 2%. We'll trail this stop loss up a little bit just to there. United Health Group, that's gone green again, so it is getting away from the stop loss, which is what we want to see, of course. Those are our open trades, but we also had this stop trade down on Intel. Price has now gone beneath our stop loss, or our would-be stop loss, so we're just going to cancel that trade off. Intel, not meant to be. Maybe it will come back around. Potentially a few candles, maybe see a bullish divergent bar. We can only hope. Let's have a look at the other charts. Amgen does continue to drop, and the awesome oscillator goes for a third red bar. I don't know about this. We've been on a pretty good run. I don't think we're going to get much out of it if we do get in. It's been quite a sharp drop off to get the signal. So I'm going to make the executive decision to skip that trade over. IBM with a bearish divergent bar. This could be calling me. Less at risk with the 0.2% capital. Definitely divergent, but still a little bit of a drop needed to get into it. I quite like this one. So we'll get a stop order down. There's our figures for the trade. We can place that one onto the chart. It does look like IBM has had a strong push. I mean, if it wants to keep going, obviously we can just skip over the trade. But could be time for a pullback here into this range of price. Quite a thick range. Definitely potential. As always, what we don't want is to get tagged into the trade and then it goes straight back up. That was what happened with Amgen previously on the first Wise Man divergent bar. It'll just be the IBM one for us though tonight. No other potential entries. Overall, just off from $1,500 down, around about $1,400 there now. But not looking good for some of these trades. Let's come back tomorrow. Day 47, not a terrible day. McDonald's has gone green for us. Just about a 1% rise, keeps us clear of the stop loss. Walt Disney, that's come down a little bit, but not too close to the stop loss. Not been seeing much volatility on Walt Disney at all. Just still hovering in this price range, waiting for it to go up, if it will. Nike was a good day. That reversed all of those losses from yesterday, so we are just about into profit at the moment. And so we can trail this stop loss up to the low of the last 4 candles. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. And United Health Group again flirting with the stop loss. Let's see if we can check on the 30-minute chart. Yeah, pretty close again. Managed to avoid it. And now almost back to the entry price. What a run for it today. From that low, it came up about 3%. Cisco Systems as well. That came pretty close. Let's zoom in. We can see it there. Yikes, very close to the stop loss. But the reversal is what we wanted, what we got. And we are seeing a fractal appear here, so we could place a buy stop order, but obviously it's going to be right on top of our buy order already. So we'd really just be doubling up on risk. It's right on top of the alligator, so we'll leave that one for now. Finally, we did get into the IBM trade, and it looks like it's going to do exactly what we didn't want it to do. Just about got us into the trade, but since then has risen about 1.5%, so how far down are we on that one? Just shy of $100, because it's only 0.2%. Still, we did have a premonition that this type of thing might occur. Got to be careful with those bearish reversals, really do. Overall, leaves us around about $850, $900 down with our active trades, but at least no losses again. Let's check those other charts, see how they're getting on. No new signals, we'll stick with what we got. These trades are getting better now, only around about $700 down. Might not go too bad. We will see it come tomorrow. Howdy. Day 48, midweek. Only 2 days to inflation data. How are we looking? Not so good. McDonald's, this is the 3rd day in a row where prices pushed up and then been knocked back down. Not looking good. It feels like it is going to slip towards the stop loss sooner rather than later, but still in it for now. Same for Walt Disney, did make a push up and now back down. Still within this price range, no drama there, but certainly nothing special. Nike had the same day as it had yesterday actually. We saw this about half an hour before the close, and it looked as though we were going to get back above our entry price because that's where it was. But by the after hours, man, that looks like it was tickling the stop loss. We've seen the push today, but maybe it'll go right back down in the after hours. Who knows? Looking okay at the moment though. Cisco Systems still in this very narrow range, not seeing much happen at all. United Health Group, this opened a lot lower than the close yesterday, 2.5% lower at the open. Has pushed up though since then, looking okay, I guess. We did lose out on the IBM trade, but I'm not sure how when I'm looking at this. Let's put it up on the history. Absolutely brutal takedown. 7 seconds after the pre-market open, so 11:30 a.m. We got knocked out at 145. 145 was the stop loss, and yet the high of the candle today is 142.50. So our stop loss was $2.50 higher than that, and we still got knocked out. Something going on there with a dodgy spread, maybe. Not so happy about that one. Kicking us right in the keister. You can see on the Dow Jones as a whole for the last week and a half, not really doing much. Do get the feeling that the markets are waiting for this inflation data at the moment, and it's just hovering around this price level for now. They want to see that inflation to help gauge what the interest rate decision is going to be, although I think we kind of know it's going to be 0.5% increase. Would have to be some serious inflation to see the 0.75. Either way, the market will freak out when the data comes through. Let's see what's happening on those other charts. Look at how similarly American Express has moved with the index as a whole. Just clicking between the two of them, really not seeing much difference at all here. Pretty interesting stuff. American Express at the moment, pretty much an index tracker. Let's zoom out on there and see how long that continues back for. So let's zoom out twice. Yeah, it was a bit different previously. It was more volatile on the stock. But recently, very, very similar. Caterpillar looking like it could have been a decent signal. Back here on the awesome oscillator, second wise man. You'd get in around about here and be thereabouts 5% up. Or could have been, or could have been. Intel on a deep plunge today. Good thing we didn't get into that trade the other day. Bye-bye Intel. No new action for us again though. It isn't what it isn't, but tomorrow's another day and we'll certainly be here for it. Day 49. Another bad day, no surprise. I don't know how many good days we've had to report. And it's not just a bad day now, it's setting up, I think, to be an even worse day tomorrow. Let's see these charts. McDonald's, that went through the stop loss. So we did have our first divergent bar. That came through with a win at $252 there. Not too shabby. Take that as a silver lining to the fact that we did lose $970 on the second wise man trade and also spent $29 on the swaps. Ouch. So pretty bad on there. Walt Disney, look at how close this is to the stop loss. I think there's a good chance that it could hit it by the end of this sentence, maybe. And this is what I mean when I say we're setting up for a grim tomorrow. Because when those go through, that is going to be another $1,000 lost. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Cisco Systems, that's going to go to the stop loss as well. Very likely, at least, not psychic. But if you just see how close it's come, I mean, yeah, it's turned around from there before, but the volatility that's going to come with inflation tomorrow, it's so likely to knock through that stop loss. Can't see how it's going to avoid it, but it would be a bit of a miracle if it did, and that is what we need. Nike, that was a bad one too, about halfway towards the stop loss after we got back to the entry price yesterday. Finally, a small bit of good news. United Health Group, that did go up a little bit. We're still in the red, that's for sure. About halfway to the stop loss, but at least it didn't run through there. Looked like it might have done after yesterday's candle, so can take some joy from that. It does put us down to $93,577.85 in the account. That is near enough at 6.5% down in the 10th week. Let's check the other charts. Home Depot bucks the trend with a green day. Good for them. Definitely no signal in there, but hey, green's good. I want to see some sort of green somewhere. Even if we're not in it, it's just nice to see. And IBM has come down quite a bit since we got knocked out of the trade, irrationally up here at 145. Man, really bitter about how we got knocked out from there. $2.50 difference. No idea how that went down. But certainly the price drop that's occurred since then does look like it would have been a nice trade. And never mind. Intel's dropped again. That would have been a bad one. We get to see JP Morgan Chase drop over the last few days too. Nice to see. Okay, no extra signals, but honestly, I don't know if we want them in these markets. Been in plenty of first wise man signals, second wise man signals. Neither of those ones doing as well. Have had that 1/3 wise man. That went straight to the stop loss. Yeah, we'll keep going. If Bill Williams could make it work, I think we can make it work too. I'm happy to keep on trucking away and see what happens. Back tomorrow. Day 50, not a good inflation print. 1% increase on prices in May. And you can see the impact on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. 2.5% down near enough. And unfortunately, just as we predicted, yesterday was a staging ground for us to get absolutely whacked today. $2,500 worth of losses. How did that happen? Walt Disney, those ones went in the after hours yesterday. In fact, one of the stop losses went about 10 minutes before the after hours, just after we logged off. About 1,050 loss between those trades, and we can knock off this third wise man. Poor result. Nike, that went too. Not a full loss, only about $470 as we were able to trail the stop loss, but still not great. I am seeing this fractal appear here. Makes me tempted to try a third wise man signal, but after just suffering a loss, I do think we'll give it a miss. Cisco, that one went. Yep. $983 lost there. One of our trades has managed to hang on just about. We are proud to see it. United Health Group. Looks like it's going to be closing around about where it did yesterday, leaving us thereabouts $500 down. Just over $90,000 left in the bank overall, so coming up on at 9.5% down for the strategy. Let's try those charts. JP Morgan way down today, not looking so good there now. We do have a bullish divergent bar on Merck Inc., but it is still pretty close to the alligator. It's only just come outside of it. Too close for us to get a stop trade down. It's the same on Amgen. We are seeing a bullish divergent bar, but it is so tight to the alligator. No new signals were taken tonight. Oh man, it is not going well. I don't believe the builders could design a strategy this bad. So it kind of feels like it's got to be something that I'm doing, right? If anyone else is trading Profitunity on these kind of stocks, would love to hear about your winning signals, because I am not seeing them from our point of view. It looks like we're going to be wanting just more bullish divergent bars further down at a new bottom that's going to come in the weeks and months that follow. Maybe some bull market comes that pushes us up. I don't know. I can't really see it happening. This is really, really poor. But I would like to be able to fix it and improve it. You can only do that by continuing to trade it. So we'll come back next week. Hopefully get some better results. Let's have a look at those results over in the journal. Yeah, clearly our worst week for the strategy so far. Losses all the way through. You got losses here from Disney, losses from McDonald's, Nike, Cisco, IBM. It's pushed us all the way to that figure there. $8,935 down. And that's only in 14 stocks, 19 sub trades total. Just imagine what we could do with 100 trades. Silver lining to it though, the more and more money that you lose on a strategy like this, the less and less you can lose from those future trades, because it's all based on percentages. So when we're risking 1% capital now, that is a lot more than when we're risking 1% and we're down at $40,000, $50,000. When we've already lost about half our capital, that risk really starts to reduce per trade. And that might be what we're looking forward to. So let's look forward to it.